Hello, today I am introducing emotional freedom technique or tapping, and we will talk about how it can be integrated into other healing modalities and understanding the effectiveness of tapping. So, first, emotional freedom technique can be used, or I should say I would like to use before, possibly before a hypnosis session. During the initial interview, there could be things that we discuss, things that we talk about, far as why you're actually interested in hypnotherapy and how you would like this to help you through any behaviors and or limiting beliefs that you would like to overcome. And during this interview, there could be some things said, some negative emotional responses that can occur during this initial interview. So, the emotional freedom technique could be something that I suggest to my client and allow them to use the technique to work through those negative emotions, those negative, responses, the negative thoughts that they have. And I would explain that the emotional freedom technique or tapping allows you to sit in that space, to actually be present and understand how your body is reacting to the negative thoughts, the negative responses, the negative situation that you have experienced. It's not always easy sitting in that space, or some would call it truth. And a lot of people don't like to call it truth, negative thoughts or emotions truth, but that's exactly what it is. So I would help my clients sit in their truth and understand that this is a way to be present and to acknowledge the negative responses that they are experiencing in that moment. They can acknowledge it, and then they can work through it and reframe that negative mindset, reframe that negative experience that they have. So helping them understand that this is just a way to work through those negative responses can be quite helpful for them. I would go through each step, and there are about 8 simple steps that you can go through, because you're going to rate where you are before doing the first tapping point, which is the karate chop. And you're going to acknowledge, you're going to rate I would say, we could say that the severity of that, that feeling that they have. And I would explain that it is a SAD scale. And on the SAD scale, it will rate the intensity of the most pressing issue that they have at that moment. So we would go and rate the intensity of their negative response to whatever situation, feeling, or thought that they have at that point. And we will create a setup step. So we will create a setup step. And for example, we would say, even though I am feeling or experiencing anxiety, I deeply love and accept myself. So we will start. The first point is the karate chop, which is here, this point. So we would take both hands, or I do, and I karate chop like this. So as I'm saying the statement, even though I am feeling or experiencing anxiety, I deeply love and accept myself. Even though I am feeling or experiencing anxiety, I deeply love and accept myself. And you would say the statement 3 times and you would continue tapping on that point. So there are 8 other points that you would tap. And you would rate the intensity after that. So you would rate your intensity there. So you would, after that, after rating the intensity, you would go and create a reminder phrase. And if I was experiencing anxiety during a session, I would say, even though I am anxious, I know that I am safe. So I will go through each point and repeat the statement. So I would start with the second. So I would just go through the different points. Even though I am anxious, I know that I am safe. Even though I am anxious, I know that I am safe. Even though I am anxious, I know that I am safe. Even though I am anxious, I know that I am safe. Even though I am anxious, I know that I am safe. Even though I am anxious, I know that I am safe. So you would rate the intensity on the SAD scale after that. And you would be able to use it as many times as you feel necessary for you. That is going through the steps of tapping and helping them understand, and that they can go through that as many times as they can. As far as recommending, I would allow my client to know that this is a very effective tool and that I have personally used it in my personal life, dealing with anxiety. And I would allow them to understand or help them understand that it has helped me through some negative responses, times where I was having panic attacks, and I would use tapping to kind of bring me down and bring me back to that safe space. And that has been very, very effective for me. And I will be hoping that it would be effective for them and something that they would consider using when they feel those negative responses, when they feel that they aren't safe. This will allow them to feel that way during a session, or whether they can do this on a daily basis. So that ends the steps and the introduction. Thanks. Bye-bye.